3 weeks ago, I launched the government's strategy to contain the virus, while showing how we can protect the social, economic and cultural life of our country as much as possible. Copies of this plan have been sent to every home and have been made available in every public office. At the core of our approach are a series of graduated levels. These allow us to respond flexibly and appropriately to new trends in the spread and impact of the virus. And this ensures that we look at all aspects of measures before they are implemented. It gives everybody a fair opportunity to plan and respond. The government has been informed by NPHET that recent trends in most parts of the country are a major concern. If we do not alter these trends, there will be a serious impact. There is no doubt whatsoever about this. So we must respond, and the challenge is to be as effective and proportionate as possible. As is intended in the procedures we published last month, we have held detailed discussions since receiving NPHET's recommendation to move straight to a level 5 lockdown. Central to our discussions has been looking at the wider implications of moving immediately to level 5 rather than realizing the full potential impact of lower level restrictions. It's important to understand that we are in a very different situation to last March. The economic, social and non-COVID health impacts of the response must be different now. Businesses are beginning to recover, and vital public health services are still backlogged. Severe restrictions now would have a very damaging impact, which those services and businesses may not be able to recover from. That said, the government has decided to increase the level of controls in most of the country and to step up efforts to ensure compliance with guidelines. This is in accordance with the government's planned approach. As part of this, we have decided at this stage not to move to a more comprehensive lockdown. It's important to understand that the potential implications of such a move are severe and very different from those we faced earlier this year. It could involve the loss of hundreds of thousands of jobs, with these concentrated in families and communities which are already experiencing difficulties. An immediate, comprehensive lockdown would make it much harder to deal with non-COVID health concerns, including the impact of isolation on the mental health of many of our people. But it is essential that steps be taken, and taken now, to bring down the rate of infection and to limit the numbers who require hospitalization and critical care. And that is why, as of tomorrow, 12 midnight, all parts of the country will move to level 3 of the government's framework for restrictive measures for a period of 3 weeks. The second part of the response is to step up measures to increase compliance with guidelines. The evidence is very clear that most people are following guidelines in limiting their activities and reducing the risk that they might spread or catch the virus. However, there's also no doubt that some are taking a more lax attitude. Whether it is about inviting others to our homes or how we behave in public settings, the virus is spreading because people are allowing it to spread. In the coming days, we will be increasing the levels of public guidance on compliance and will work more closely with all sectors and stakeholders to ensure that measures are fully implemented so that we get maximum impact. I understand how frustrated people are and how the yearning for normality grows stronger all the time. However, COVID-19 is still deadly, and we cannot ignore the threat it still poses. Up to 2,400 people have already lost their lives on this island. We cannot and should not forget this. It has challenged us to our very core, but we have shown that we can be resilient. The road ahead will continue to have many turns. It will challenge us in new ways. And this is not about public health and businesses competing against each other. It's about protecting lives and livelihoods. We can't do one without the other. I believe that we all understand what we have to do, and I have confidence that we can have the impact this requires, and we need to do it now. If we all act now, we can stop the need to go further and with introducing level 4 and 5 restrictions. I have no doubt that we can and will get through this. We will reach a time when we can again go about our lives without worrying if we might catch or transmit this terrible virus. And the most important thing for all of us to understand is that what will happen next rests in our own hands and in our responsibility to each other. Whether or not you are afraid of the virus, every one of us can have an impact on the lives of others. The spirit of community, of caring for others, lies at the heart of what's best in the Irish character. Now, as much as ever before, we have to recommit ourselves to this spirit. Ní nart go chor le chéile. Thank you very much indeed.